You made your debut for the national team on the 1st of June 2012 against Lesotho at Accra Sports Stadium, and it was a massive game for you. I remember I was privileged to watch that particular game. After the game, all the fans were all over you. How was it like when you first had the call from the then manager, Kwesi Appiah?
Yeah, you know, as a Ghanaian footballer, always our dream is to represent our country one day in the highest level. And when I had the chance, I said to myself, I'm going to take this chance. I'll make sure, because I know in Ghana national team, no matter how good you are, your first game is very important. Okay. So you will not get the chance again. You have to give all. So when I had the chance, Dominic Adia, he told me something before the game. He said, Christian, in this national team, your first game, just try to score. Don't do anything.
Oh, I see.
Try to score. So this is what he told me, and I said, okay. So when I went to the pitch, you can see that I was shooting.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to score, and I scored, and that was it.
That's right. Yeah. And how did the players you met there, how did they bond with you? How did they receive you?
No, they were very nice. You know, when a new player comes to the national team, we are always looking for someone who can lead the team, who can add value, who can do something different for us. The Yeboah team said, Christian, we've never had a player like you for many years because you run with the ball. We don't have players who run with the ball like you, so you always have to keep doing what they're. So they encouraged me, to be honest, especially my friend Wakaso. The reason why we've been, you see, I like that guy so much.
Wakaso?
Yes, okay. He's a professional player. Like when you say a professional, he's very professional. He doesn't joke with his work. And all Ghanaians can testify this. And when I play with him, he always tells me, Christian, stay up, don't come back. I will do the work for you. But if they give the ball to you, you have to make sure you make good use of it. So he put a lot of responsibility on me, and that's my responsibility. That's why I love that guy.
And how did that manager, Kwesi Appiah, impact you?
So much, so much. Without him, Ghanaians will have never known the kind of player that I am. I can't pay him back, but I'm very happy that he was able to identify me when I was in Porto. It shows that when he was a coach, he was open to any player, and any player that is playing any league in the world. As far as you are good, he's going to invite you. So I owed him a lot.
And you know, Kwesi Appiah really amazes me. I mean, the ability to unearth in quote talents, because you remember the game against South Africa for the Cup of Nations qualifier. At the time, we were handicapped because quite a number of the players were injured, but he brought Gideon Mensah into the team. He was brilliant. That was the first time he brought Kudus into the team. Exactly. And Sule in the middle of defense. So it's an amazing, his ability to pick talents. And then from 2012, you went to the 2013 Cup of Nations. How did it pan out?
That was 2013, right?
Yeah, in South Africa.
Yeah, it was my first tournament for the Ghana national team. That was my first time I was playing with like a lot of very strong African players. You know? When I went to the tournament, my first game wasn't that great. Like for me, always I need to experience something to be better. This is how I am. So anytime I went into a game for my first game, I always tell myself, this is my first game. But the next time I'm coming with full force. Right. So my first game wasn't that bad, but I was out of the game. The second game I didn't play. The third game is when I start to pick up. And we went to the semi-finals. But
how tough was the game against Burkina Faso in the semi-final?
No, we had it wasn't. We gave the game away, to be fair, to be honest. Sometimes we don't have to blame the coaches or something. We gave the game away, and we had some few chances with Asamajan also, but Burkina Faso deserved to.
Because I remember that game, you even had a penalty, and he scored it. Not you, but the team.
The team, yeah.
So it was everybody was rooting for the Black Stars, and then fast forward 2015.
Yeah.
Again, you were part of the team. What was the experience in 2013 and 2015?
Yeah, for me, even 2015 tournament, before I was going, I was in Everton. I had hamstring injury, so I was in Chelsea doing treatment. I wasn't so sure if I could go to the tournament, but then Avram Grant was there, and he said he would need me at some point, so I have to go. And what we did good was we had a very good friendly games before we went to the tournament. We were really prepared. We spoke among ourselves that this generation we have to win something. So we prepared for that tournament, honestly.
And you played in the final. It was your best tournament because you were crowned as the most valuable player of the entire tournament. And you spoke about how difficult the African terrain is. So to play the Cup of Nations and emerge as the most valuable player of an AFCON tournament was massive. And your goal again emerged as the goal of the tournament.
Yeah, at the start of the tournament, I can't remember, we played against Senegal.
That's right.
And then I created a penalty, we scored, and then they scored us 2-1. Right. We won our second game and drew the last game, I think. Algeria was last game.
The one that Samoa scored, that spectacular goal.
Yes, that was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Crazy goal.
He's a great striker. Right. Honestly, he's a top striker. He has everything with the head, with the leg strength, and wow, no, he's great.
Clearly, one of the best strikers to come from Africa.
I'm telling you, Asamoah has everything, like the Brazilian Ronaldo. Okay. People think he cannot dribble. He can dribble. Okay. When he has 1-against-1, he can dribble, and he has good passing. Right. So when I see him, I was like, this guy is, Ghanaians. I don't know if they value this kind of players, but Asamoah is a great player that he needs to be celebrated. Abedi Pele, we have to celebrate Abedi Pele. Our legend, we don't have to leave them. It encourages the young players that are coming. It encourages them to even do more for the national team.
Does it surprise you that with the number of semi-finals and finals, Ghana has not still won the Africa Cup of Nations for all this while?
It's the most unlucky national team for me is the Ghana national team. We have been unlucky in a lot of cases when we go to tournament, especially in 2015. When I think about that, I go crazy because we scored 2 penalties. Ivory Coast missed 2.
First 2, right?
So how can we lose that penalty, man? Yeah. And after that, we said to ourselves that no, it's difficult for us, and we wish Ghanaians will see this kind of frustration in we the players, than maybe thinking that we went to do this, we went to that. No, we have a lot of frustrations.
What do we need to do to win the cup?
We have to keep going because we've been going to semi-finals, finals, so we just have to keep going and keep fighting. Against Ivory Coast, when they won, they told us that, hey, we've lost a lot of penalties too, so you have to keep going. So one day, we are going to win it.
Yeah, Christian, for someone who has been an integral part of the national team and playing in AFCON and emerging the most valuable player, for some time we haven't seen you in the national team. How tough is it to be absent from the national team?
Yeah, it's not easy. I made that decision because in 2019 AFCON, I had injury. I didn't want to go to the tournament. It was because of Kwesi Appiah. He said I should come, but I didn't want to go. But when he needed my help, I said, okay, I'll try. And then give my best to him and also to the nation. Then I went there, I had a hamstring injury. And I said to myself, no, I have to make a decision to try to look after myself and focus on my club side. So that was the decision that I made.
But we've now qualified for the World Cup. What is your position now? Because we need every player on board for the World Cup.
Yeah, I think Ghana have enough players now. They have players who can add value. Like
how ready are you for the World Cup?
The players, you see, the players who have played the qualification,
okay.
I think they deserve to go to the World Cup.
But you and I also know, some perfectly agree with the stance you've taken.
Yeah.
And it's only fair that those who engage, sacrifice for the qualifiers,
exactly.
we need to go to the World Cup. But it's not the end of the story. You do know that quite a number of players have been invited.
Yeah.
Most of our compatriots with Ghanaian ancestry have been invited into the team. So definitely the team is going to change.
Yeah, this is true because Otuado would like to bring in players who can add quality to the team. Right. And for me, I have to see how my season is going. Okay. If I'm playing, I've been speaking with Jordan Dede and Wakaso. They always call me and say, Christian, we will need you back in the national team. And I always tell them, hey, it's not like I've stopped the national team. It's just my body is not reacting so well to. I've been having so much injuries, and if this season is going well, I play maybe 4 games in a row, 5 games, then I can say, oh, I'm ready for them. It depends on how the season goes.
In other words, once the manager Otuado puts in a call and your body responds, you'll definitely be part of us.
Definitely. If you call me and I'm playing, of course I'll tell him I'm available to play. Yeah, for sure.
You've had the privilege also playing on the world stage. How tough do you think Qatar is going to be for this new Black Stars?
They will. It's a big stage, and I believe in the team that we have. When I watch Ghana team now, I think they are more compact. Most African teams, you see that they are more open. Okay. Yeah, they open the games more. It makes teams go through you easier. But Otuado, what I've seen, they are very compact. Okay. And this is going to help the team. And we have fast players. Williams is coming.
Okay.
He's very fast, really fast.
Inaki?
Yes. And the one
Tariq
from
Lamptey?
Exactly, he's very fast also.
Yeah.
So when you have these kind of players running down the rings, and we will have chances. We will have chances.
Think Otto brings so much substance to the team, Otuado?
Yeah, it's not easy to qualify a team to the World Cup, especially when you are playing against Nigeria, right. And with the team that he had before. Okay. I think he has done a great job, and Ghanaians need to support him.